Well, your Gigi is really crazy because I've been talking for probably 5 minutes and the recorder wasn't on. I ended up taking a picture instead. So I'll start over. I have to go get a new tire. The tire is flat. I put tire air in the tire on Sunday, and today it's flat again. So I called my boss and told him that I need a new tire. So I have to leave here and go get a new tire. It's 12:30, and it's still Tuesday, August 22nd, 2017. But yes, I was born June 24th, 1967. I do believe it was on a Saturday. My mom, Thelma Henderson, which you guys know, was my mother, born on the 3rd of March, 1950. Yes, 1950. And my dad, Randall Henderson, was born in May 3rd. I want to say 1947 or 48. My dad and my mom got together, but my grandfather, Wash Mack, did not want them to be together. And so they decided that the only way that they could be together was to have a baby. And I got introduced to the picture, so I appreciate that. but yes, that's what happened. So my father died when I was 2 years old in a car accident from we believe driving too fast. He was pinned in the car and he was killed instantly, for what they say. But his cousin of his and the cousin's girlfriend was in the car also. So I didn't have no memory, vague memories, but not enough to remember anything about him. But what I do know from stories is that he loved me and my sister to death. So that's comforting. Stayed in Paris, Kentucky until I was probably, I'm not sure, I want to say 4 or 5, maybe 5 or 6, maybe. Then moved to Lexington, Kentucky. Lived in Lexington, Kentucky until I was 13. My mom was with a man who beat her up really bad all the time for a long time, for like 10 years or more. And we had to run from him to get away from him, because staying in Lexington wasn't going to be healthy for anybody, him or us. So we moved to Cleveland, Ohio. DJ came along. My brother DJ is his, or your uncle DJ is his, the man who used to beat us up, or them up. He whooped us, but he used to beat Mom. That's DJ's father. Uncle DJ's father, sorry. And so we moved to Cleveland, Ohio, and I was scared to death because I was a scaredy cat. I was real shy, real shy. And I didn't like to be looked at. I didn't like for people to look at me. I didn't like to feel noticed. I wanted to kind of hide and be in the background. So let alone starting a new school. It was just terrifying for me. So we went and stayed in a battered women's shelter in Cleveland, Ohio. And we stayed there for, I don't think it was that long, but we stayed for a little while. And then we moved out. Mama got a job and we moved out and into our own apartment house. It was like a 2-family, 2-story up and down, 2-story house. And the first day of school was terrible for me. Good for Renee, because she was in elementary school, and elementary schools are always just like, hey, fun. For me, I was in 7th grade, and Mom rolled my hair in little curlers, and so my hair was in the most tightest curls that you could possibly imagine, because I washed my hair the night before, and then she rolled my hair up, and so the next day when I took the rollers down, it was just little curly afro all over my head, and then she pinned it back kind of like, ugh, it was terrible. And then she I had on lime green pants, really lime green pants, with a flowery, very flowery, what are they taking pictures of? Very flowery shirt. And I went to school like that, and I cried, and I cried, and I cried, and I cried. I cried literally all day. Anytime somebody asked me how I was doing, I cried. Anytime I felt like somebody was looking at me, I cried. It was the longest day of my life, and I came home, and my eyes were so poofy and red, and it was just terrible. But I finally, I still didn't get rid of my shyness, but I did coexist with everyone. It got easier, it got better every day it got better. Then I went to Shaw High School, also in East Cleveland, where I met some of one of my friends. I have other friends there, but no one really liked me. No one liked my sister. She probably had more friends than I, but no one liked me. Some people did, but then I had my enemies. I had my people who just hated me for no reason other than the fact that they thought that I thought I was cute. So since they thought that I thought I was cute, they didn't like me. Now, little did they know that I was petrified of everybody and everything, so there's no way I could be walking around thinking I'm cute when I was scared of everybody. So I don't get it, even now. I had this one girl, and I don't remember her name, but she used to sit, she was in my class, and she used to sit in the class. She used to come and sit in front of me on purpose. I don't even think it was her assigned seat. I just think she just wanted to torture me. But she would come and sit in class, and she would turn her seat around, and she would just sit like this and look at me. What is a person to do? I'm looking around like trying to ignore the girl. She knows I'm trying to ignore her. And it just kind of went on like that. And then we would walk through the hallway, and her and her friends would come past me and bump me, like walk past me close enough to where they can bump shoulder to shoulder. I didn't do anything. I just wanted to avoid the situation. I didn't want to fight. So then, one day on a Friday, I had enough. And so I went home. I told my sister Renee, I said, come Monday morning. Oh, they're crying. Why? Some people, all military. They're leaving for the military. Oh. They was watching people get on the bus and go to boot camp. I was wondering what everybody was doing. That's why everybody's crying now. Okay, yes. So I came home and I told my sister, I've had enough, and this is it. I'm done with these girls. We are gonna kick their asses on Monday. So she's like, okay, because she always had my back no matter what. And so we come Sunday, I told mom that we were gonna get into a fight. Like, we're gonna fight today. These girls got on my nerves. We're fighting tomorrow in school. We're fighting, and that's it. And she said, okay. I don't think she believed us, really. I think it was just like, okay, kids will be kids. Okay, you're gonna fight, whatever. And so Monday comes around, and we go in mom's room, and we take her rings, and we put all the rings on our fingers. And we put the rings on our fingers, and we go to school. And usually when we saw these girls was after homeroom, after first class. You got first class, and then you go to homeroom after that. So you go to first class. So after that, we leaving to go to homeroom, and we see the girls in the hallway. we're walking, like we're going, there's some like stairs. So it's like you turn the corner and you go upstairs, and you turn the corner and go upstairs. So we were going down the stairs. They were coming up the stairs. There's two of them and two of us. So we were going down the stairs. They were coming up the stairs. As soon as we get to each other, to pass each other in the hallway, pardon my nails, guys. I'm doing it tonight. But as soon as we pass each other in the hallway, she does what she normally does. I mean, on the stairs, she does what she normally does, and she bumps me. So the bumping happens, and as soon as she bumps me, I turn around, clock her. As soon as I turn around, she turns around. As soon as our face comes face to face together again, I clock her right in the face. She falls into her girlfriend, and they stumble down the stairs. They stumble, they fall back, take that back. They don't stumble down the stairs. They fall back and kind of up on the stairs. So then they turn around to kind of like wiggle up the stairs. And while they're wiggling up the stairs, we are on top of them. Like, they don't even have time. They can't even reach up the stairs because they're on the ground kind of crawling up the stairs. So we jump up on top of the stairs. We jump on top of them. As soon as they hit the top of the stairs, we pile on top. I pile on top of the girl who had been driving me crazy. She piles on top of the girl who had been driving her crazy. And we are just going in. Grab the girl by her knees, put her hands under my knees, and I'm just going in. Finally, we feel like two hands. I feel like we hear in the background, it's the sisters. The sisters are fighting. Because we was known as the sisters, light skin, one light skin, one dark skin. So whenever anybody described us, like, them sisters, one light skin, one dark skin. That's what we're known as, the sisters. So it's like, oh, the sisters are fighting. And so we win the fight, but at the same time we feel like two hands. The security guard, we like don't weigh much of nothing, I'm assuming, because security guard reached down and grabbed both of us by the back of our shirts and just dragged us up off the girls, took us downstairs. We get suspended, but Mama was like, okay, she wasn't tripping, so we were happy about that. But that was an interesting moment of my childhood. I also remember trying to get high, smoking weed. Didn't work. I got paranoid, and instead of like hiding it from Mom that we were smoking weed, I came home and confessed. Because I was too petrified at the fact that I had smoked weed, and if anything happened to me, I needed someone to know what happened. So she needed to take me to the hospital. She smoked weed earlier today. Another security cat moment. But my childhood was interesting overall. I'm not going to go into too many details of all that. I thought I was, I quit school on my own because I didn't feel like school was for me. My mom sent me off to Job Corps, Dayton, in Dayton, Ohio. Didn't speak to her for a long time. My sister got mad at my mom for sending me to Job Corps, so she just left and came to Job Corps with me. But she was pregnant and she had to come back, and she had ran Uncle Lewis. And then shortly thereafter, I met Toonie's father, who was like my best friend at first. We wasn't even interested in each other. He was just like my best friend at Job Corps. We came at the same time, and so he was just somebody I got kind of close to while I was there, friendship-wise. But then I found out he liked me, and then it kind of got awkward, and then I finally started liking him back after a long time. And then I get pregnant with Toonie, and there introduces your mom to the picture. So had I not gone to Job Corps and just went ahead and finished school, you guys wouldn't be here, because your mom wouldn't be here, because I never would have met that idiot. But Toonie's great. She was a great blessing to my life, even though she was sick, and I'm sure you guys know that she had a liver disease and she was in the hospital for a long time, and she used to, oh my gosh, she used to puke on people. Like, I used to be embarrassed. I used to try to feed her like this and usually like cover her up with something because whenever she didn't like upchuck like regular babies, like upchucked. She puked, and it would spur out and hit everything, everybody's glass, everybody's food, everybody's everything. She just was like, oh, I'm gonna get you and I'm gonna get you good. So she was sick, and I took her to the hospital, and they found out she had this disease, and it was really tough because I was alone. Well, my friends and stuff were there with me all the time, but alone in the feeling of, does anybody else's child have this disease, and why am I going through this, and why is she going through this? And I felt that because I didn't want to be pregnant so bad, like I really didn't like kids at all as a youngin'. So the last thing I wanted to do was, I didn't think I was going to have any kids at all. I didn't want any. Well, first I wanted like a baseball team, and then I went to not wanting any at all. And so yeah, I thought that because I didn't want a baby so bad, that God cursed me by giving me a sick baby, and watching her go through that at her little age was, it was tough. And it's funny, I'm talking to you guys right now, and Toonie just said something. Let's see what she said on my Facebook post, because I posted something about the fact that I had a stroke about a year ago. And she's looking at a post. Tati, you were at the retreat this weekend, and you fell back. They had to hold you and fall back. And so her comment, she's the first time she's seen it because I posted on her page, and she posted, "They better have caught my baby." So yeah, but yeah, watching her go through that was tough. But she's spunky, and she got through it, and the nurses loved her, and they used to make me go home because they wanted to spend all their time with her. They didn't want me there. I was taking up too much of their time, so they used to be like, "Don't you want to go home? Don't you want to come back tomorrow?" I was like, you know what? This is my kid. But she spoiled them. I mean, they spoiled her, and she just took over them. Like, she took over them. She was ringing her little bell. They had her sitting out in the living room. I mean, out in the lobby, treating her to everything. She was spoiled, literally spoiled rotten. There's the next set of people gone. I don't see no crying people this time. Nobody's crying. They're just watching them leave. But kind of cool. Oh, there are some criers. There's other parents and stuff are crying. They're hugging. But yeah, that's pretty much it for now. I gotta get to work. I gotta go take care of this tire, so I gotta close this call out. But you guys know I love you, right? Bye.